Everything. No, I actually heard about the project on a Wednesday, and then I had the job on Friday. I mean, it was really, really fast, and it was really exciting for me because I heard that it not only was picked up for 8 episodes, which I believe as an actor is really great, because I'd been attached to shows before that, you know, you put your heart and soul into a pilot and then it doesn't ever happen, and so that was really exciting, number one. And then hearing that it was in the horror genre just kind of sealed the deal, because I've been obsessed with that genre pretty much my whole life. And then hearing the people involved, James Manos Jr., who I was obsessed with Dexter. I watched it front to back, and Eli Roth and Jason Blum and Ty West and even Jennifer Lynch and Rachel Talalay and all of these people who I have admired for so many years, and always been that person who was like the first one in the theater to see you know, any of their films that had come out. And here I am given the opportunity to test for a show like this, and then I found myself on a plane back to Charleston, South Carolina, where I actually went to middle school in Ashley Hall and lived for a few years. And so it was really, really amazing, because it not only was an opportunity to work on a show, but then work with people that you've admired so much, and then to be able to take on a character that is so complex and challenging in a way that I've never done before, and then be going back home in a sense, where my best friend still lives, and you know, and her family, and get to visit all of the, you know, where I lived, and that to me was so special too, because I felt like it added like another element for me in being able to play Maria and you know, her background and her stories, because I, ironically enough, had my own personal connection to Charleston, which is in itself like a character in this show. So it's just for me, I mean, I think it's just one of those things where it all lines up and it happens, and it's like all of that, your heart and soul that you put into it, and here we are, and this is to me like the best reward for what I do. I mean, you get to have people from all over the world even just see the trailer and get to hear their response to it and their feedback and experience that, and that, I think that's why we do what we do, you know. It happened so fast for me, and I was immediately in communication with James, with Jim, about the character in the show, and they were sending me inspiration boards and whatnot, so I could, you know, and I only really got the first episode. So there was, like, to a certain degree, only so much that I knew I was getting myself into, but, you know, I'd never, you know, there was only so much that I could wrap my head around by being told that I was going to have scenes with myself, you know, because I'd never done anything like that before. I didn't really know what the process was going to be, and there were times where he would kind of joke with me, Jim, and he'd mess with me and say, you know what you're getting yourself into, kid, you know, and I would kind of think, I guess I really don't, because, you know, I'd never worked on a full series before, and it was really intense, and it's really grueling, and then, you know, you're adding in a lot of stunt work, and you're adding in going through a lot of hair and makeup changes and prosthetics, and you know, all of that transformation to go into kind of demon mode. And but you know, however exhausted I was, and having like 2 days off in 3 months, I mean, I wouldn't have had it any other way, because I wouldn't, like, on the flip side, I wouldn't want to just look like me, you know, and just do me. I mean, I really want to become, I love that opportunity and that process, and that's so cool that they saw that in me, and it means so much to me, because, you know, it's such a reward, it's such a compliment. It was pretty wicked awesome. No, but we had amazing people a part of this. I mean, I had Rick Poor, who was my makeup artist, who was just fantastic with all of the effects, and so it's just a lot of fun. I mean, I did a lot of like casts and molds, so that it was easy for them to, it's all about kind of tightening the turnover process because of time. So we got it down to about like an hour and a half to put me into a demon mode, but it's just fun. And that's actually my favorite character, is the demon, because I don't know. And there's just something. It's such a like organic process for me, like what I do, and it's hard for me sometimes to like put it into the right words. But there was something that happened for me when I was full-on demon Abigail, and there was just this like, I don't know, just this release, and I found myself really going for it in those moments. And some of the battles that we have, I mean, Paulina, who plays Grace, that was our first battle and demon fight in the show, in the pilot, and in the premiere episode. And I mean, I was bruised after that. It was intense. And making demons, and then I'd have to eat these things, and it was great. It was a lot of fun. It's like all of the same adjectives. It's like great and fun and awesome, and Eli is very much like that. I mean, not only are these people like Jen and Jen Lynch and Ty West, I mean, people that have such a vision and know exactly what they want, but then are just so relaxed and cool on set and so accessible. It was such a great experience because it inspired me so much too. It really taught me a lot about the type of person that I want to be, the type of actor that I want to be, the type of worker that I want to be, and they were really wonderful in involving me in so much of the process. And there was so many things that lined up on this. You don't always have that. You can very easily have a separation, between the departments. Like, okay, just go and act and be pretty and do your thing. But Jim and Eli and Jen, always involving me in just every process on everything that maybe I wasn't even involved in a scene. It was fun. What's so great about this show is I really believe it's like nothing else. It's not about possession. It's not about like exorcism. It's not just, humans fighting demons. It's not zombie. It's not vampire. It's not just horror. It's suspenseful, and it's psychological, and it's emotional, and it's funny at times, and it's so many different things, and it's personal, and I feel like it is very relatable, and I enjoy that because you can't just kind of label it as one thing, and so it's got action, it's got heart, and so it's really just about the journey of Maria and her brother David, and this mythological sort of world that they live in.